Hey, it's Spence from WPLaunchKit. Today I want to show you what I do for my social proof because it's a system that's simple, really easy for myself and my happy customers. And it allows me to avoid the thing that in the past was trouble, which was I would make stuff or get nice comments from previous customers and not know where to put it. So now I take care of it Marie Kondo style. I get joy from the simplicity. Here's what I do, and maybe you want to do the same. First of all, I have an account at canva.com. Now it's $9 a month, I believe. This I would spend 10 times more for. But you can do it for free even, but I use the paid one. And I basically created a 500 by 500 image. You could do that really simple. You can either use one of the existing patterns or you can just do what I did, which was I clicked on create new design. I'm not sure, my internet looks very slow today. It looks like it's taking a while to load. But if you create a new design, you just say 500 pixels by 500. And then what I did is I just made it really simple. I have a circle image, the name of the person, their URL, and what they said. So, for example, today I was working with Peter Martin, and he's doing an amazing job getting his solution out there. He has filled out a form that I'm using the LaunchKit solution for, which is here. I use this myself. The plumber is using his own plunger and his own tools. So over at my Fluent CRM site, which is at 1WD, I have a form, and the form is exactly as you saw in the email. First name, last name, your email, and then just a simple question. Have I helped you? And in doing so, when somebody submits it, I've given it to them in a format that is immediately accessible. So here's what I did. I used the 1WD TV. It's the website that I'm using for this. Have I helped? And it's just the built-in nondescript landing page. Now, I could also embed this if I wanted onto a WordPress page. But what I love about this is that this I can use across all my brands. Launchify, Launchflow, Spencer Foreman, Automation Lab. It doesn't matter because this is nondescript. But by taking it in this way, it all ends up as an entry and as an email. That's the point. Okay, so now I've got the email. I know it's from Peter. All I do is I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go over to Canva. And what I will typically do is go to the last entry here. And it's nice because, by the way, this becomes a self-sustaining thing if I wanted to build a slideshow or something else cool from Canva. But what I'm going to do is just literally copy the last person, who was Louise, and I'm going to paste it in, and I'm going to change it to Peter Martin. It doesn't have to be complicated. I'm going to change this to Peter Martin. And then Peter's site is onlinetechnicaltraining.com. And what you could do is if you are going to post this, this could also be an actual link. So I could actually just put that properly in here in the event that I wanted to share it socially. It would work, which is really super cool when we're dealing with Canva, right? You could do it as a link. But I also want to get rid of the underline aesthetically. Now, I just need to change this picture. So for that, I will go online and go, Peter Martin Online Technical Training. Now, so I haven't done this before. Sometimes I have trouble finding a picture, in which case I would just ask the person for it. But I know what Peter looks like. There he is. Very handsome gentleman. And I'll pick something that's from maybe his professional. So it's appropriate for him, appropriate for me. This looks pretty close to what he looks like today. So I copy the image, and if Peter wants, I'd be happy to change that out. And I simply paste it in, and then I drag it into the little circle holder, and I'm done. Now what I do is I download that. This is page 18. So what I do is I download as a PNG, but I say only do page 18, Peter Martin. And it will give me a really nicely formatted, appropriate sized, I don't even have to modify it, ready to post. Then I have inside, here's this preview of it. Then I have inside of my various sites like LaunchKit. I have the happy customers using Cadence in the advanced image slideshow or image post carousel. I'm going to go ahead and modify that by adding this as a new entry. So I can open up my little preview on this side, and I could go down here to the very bottom one. happy customers. I click on any of these, and then I will click the pencil to edit it, where the gallery will allow me to add a new image. Very simply, I will add to gallery, upload. I will grab that Peter Martin picture that was appropriately named in downloads. Where are you, little Peter Martin? There you go. There he is. And you can't see, but I clicked the button that says open, so we'll upload it. And now I can add that to the gallery. And I can rearrange the order if I want, but I don't need to. Notice it's important to, I think, have the alt text. If you don't have an alt text, you will probably get some kind of a notice or a warning. Now that's done, I update it. But here's what I do. I have the very same panel used on all my other sites. So what I will do is I will click and I will copy this entire panel. And I will typically go on over to WPLaunchify, Launch Flows, wherever else I want, and I can share it because the images are all relative. It will basically go get the stuff from this site and work equally well because the underlying components are all LaunchKit. Now, the end result for me is that if somebody comes and they're dubious about what I'm offering or like, Spence, who are you? What's going on with that? I've got the social proof in 3 different ways. I've got the raw image, which I will typically go tweet. So I'll go here to Twitter and I'll say something profound, but it's a little humble braggy, but it's also legit. You're really just saying to people, look, I've helped somebody out today. So happy that Peter is moving forward quickly with WP Launch Kit. Hope you can join me for the same. And a little link to WPLaunchify.com pricing. And the reason I do that is because I'm going to place that image in here. So I'll click to get rid of that and I'll just upload that image. So number one is I use the image for social media. It could be, as we just talked about, Twitter is one of my channels, Facebook. I also use LinkedIn. This is just social, social proof, really simple. Number two is I've got, like I described, that Canva stuff. So if anytime I want to put together something in a larger array, maybe it's part of a webinar, I have the content there. I can repurpose it. I can even make it animated or do a video or something. And number three is that I can also use this, as I just mentioned, across the various sites. So I don't have to look for where the social proof is. In the past, I used to keep a spreadsheet or a Word doc. This is just a more modern way. And these images, by the way, could also be stored, if you've been following my advice. I have a bunny.net account. Allows me to log in, and I can upload this into the media file. And now it's available really universally, right? I could just copy the URL and reuse that anytime I want it. So those are the ways that I do this. Hopefully, this is a simple method for you too, because it takes so very little to ask of people by having your website with just a simple form, then having that available for you to repurpose. I usually do it in between calls, or maybe I'll do it on the weekend, but I try to do it immediately because then it's done and it's like, another pebble in your pocket. The suspense. I'll see you in the next video.